Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go now on this Thursday. And of course, it's not just any Thursday, but, well, it is the Rangers opening day. So again, if you are heading over to Arlington, I tell you what, the weather today is really going to be looking good, right? Lots of bright sunshine returning and temperatures today beginning to rebound back into the 70s. So after a couple of cooler days that we've had, temperatures are now moderating. And in fact, heading into our Easter weekend, well, it's going to be looking even warmer. We're going to talk about that. And then what about maybe a hit of severe weather as we get into Monday? There's some important new details coming in on that as well. But this is where we started the morning. And it was another chilly start. We had one last, at least as we head into the weekend, one last chilly morning. This is morning number 3, where we basically had temperatures in the 40s, mostly in the Metroplex. A few locations like Denton even dipping down into the mid-30s again this morning. And again, you can also see a few 30s peppered in along the Red River Valley. So again, that winter coat was needed out the door this morning, but you'll easily be able to get rid of that as we head into the afternoon. Bright sunshine around the region. We're completely quiet. In fact, you really have to expand out the view. Take a look nationally. Where is all the active weather? Well, it's on both coasts. If you're, for any reason, traveling today towards the eastern seaboard, not just the Northeast, not just the Mid-Atlantic, but anywhere along the eastern seaboard, it is a very active weather day there. Rain, again, some heavier weather, some heavier rain, some flooding concerns, all that going on there. And then as we look up across parts of the Pacific Northwest, that's actually now where our next storm system is beginning to take shape, at least part of it, and that will eventually be arriving as we get into Monday. So there is the storm trough. Of course, if you remember, several days ago, it brought us some rain, some storms through the area. That continues to push off to the east. All the cooler weather has basically been funneled down in that storm trough. This chart looks a little bit weird, but this is 24-hour temperature change. And again, you can see within that trough as it does push off to the east. Even temperatures east of us are now cooling down, but this is our weather heading into the weekend. 24-hour temperature change here, warmer. This is a ridge. This is building in. And the bottom line is your weekend does look quite a bit warmer. The weekend also looks quite a bit quieter as far as the weather goes. The winds will pick up, especially as we get into tomorrow, Friday. We'll talk about that. But then skipping ahead in time, it's all about this right here. As we go through the weekend, southerly winds will continue to pump back the Gulf of Mexico moisture. With temperatures warming up, the instability begins to build. And you see where I'm going with this. We then have a kicker, an upper-level storm system coming in from the west. It's going to be arriving late on Monday. And the way it looks right now, the opportunity of rain and storms will be increasing on Monday. And we'll take a look at that coming up. Now, here's the other thing we're going to be tracking, especially as we get into tomorrow, Friday. You're going to notice it right away. In fact, the winds across the area, they are going to jump up tomorrow, and there will be wind gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour plus, especially 40 miles per hour plus in our western counties. In fact, out there could even be a little bit of blowing dust around the area as well. So tomorrow windy, and then it'll still be breezy to windy even into the weekend. The winds will begin to come down some for both Saturday and, of course, Easter Sunday. Right now for sunrise, Easter morning services look perfect, no problems whatsoever. And then, like I mentioned, here comes Monday. We have a few thunderstorms developing along the dry line, could be supercell shapes. And then eventually we'll have a cold front moving through later in the day on Monday. And that should also bring a line of storms through. Again, the opportunity of severe weather is looking, unfortunately, a little more favorable again on Monday. But as we back up in time, again, today, really just beautiful out there, right? High temperatures back up around 70, becoming a little bit breezier as we go through the day, but today winds only tend to right around 15 miles per hour. Again, the winds truly begin to crank up as we get into tomorrow. 60s right there, that would be your Thursday evening, everything looking good. And then not overly chilly overnight tonight with temperatures mostly in the 50s. So kind of a cooler start, if you will, to your Friday. And then temperatures do begin to really take off as we go through Friday. More in the way of mid-70s showing up. And then take a look at your Easter weekend. I'm talking about 80s through Easter weekend. Sunrise services Sunday morning, 63. That looks good. And then there it is, that opportunity of rainstorms. Again, maybe a hit of severe weather as we get into Monday. Cold front comes through. Then we're looking a little bit cooler as we get into parts of next week. We're tracking all of this. And of course, we'll have more coming up as the hour rolls along. Stay with us.